Hello, hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to dive into a crucial aspect of advanced English. It is how to express dissatisfaction or lack of enthusiasm using a range of sophisticated idioms. Oh my god, yeah. Mastering these expressions will not only enhance your fluency but also give you the confidence to engage in more nuanced conversations. We'll explore 10 powerful idioms, providing clear definitions and multiple practical examples for each. So, let's get started. We'll begin with a let down. A let down. And this is a noun that describes a feeling of disappointment or disillusionment when something fails to meet one's hopes or expectations. So we can say the job interview was a bit let down, and I expected more challenging questions and a clearer outline of the rule. So a letdown is a perfect when you want to convey that something was simply not as good as you thought it would be. Number two, we have nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. And this idiom means that something is unremarkable, alright? It's not necessarily terrible or bad, but it's certainly not impressive or exciting enough to warrant special mention or discussion. So, yes, we can define it as not exciting, not special, or unremarkable or average. For example, we can say her presentation was well organized, but the content was nothing to write home about. It lacked original ideas and fresh perspectives. So use this idiom when you want to describe something that is perfectly acceptable but utterly forgettable. Our third idiom is isn't up to scratch. Isn't up to scratch. This phrase actually is used to indicate that something is not of the required standard or quality. So, not good enough, we can say, or define it as not good enough, not meeting the required standard or quality. For example, we can say, her cooking, while edible, is not quite up to scratch for a professional chef. Or the final report is not up to scratch. It contains several factual errors and needs. This idiom is useful for pointing out deficiencies or when something simply doesn't meet the expected benchmark. Yeah. Moving on, we have not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. And this idiom is a polite and common way to say that you don't like something or that is not your personal preference. So we can say not something the one likes or interested in. Okay? For example, I tried watching that film, but honestly, it's not my cup of tea. I prefer dramas. Alright? So this idiom is very easy and common use. It allows you to express a dislike without being offensive or overly critical of the thing itself. Alright? Number 5. It has seen better days. And this phrase is used to describe something that is old or damaged or in a poor condition, in a very poor condition. It implies that the item or the place was once in much better. Okay, it was in much better shape, but has maybe deteriorated over time. Okay, so for example, you can say, this old car has definitely seen better days. The paint is peeling and there is rust everywhere. So it was good, it was working good, but now isn't. Okay? Or we can say, after years of heavy use, this laptop has seen better days. It's slow and constantly crashes. Alright, when something crashes, it's like not working smoothly. So The idiom is often used when a touch of nostalgia or sadness for something that has declined in quality. Oh my god, I feel a bit tired, guys. So, next we have past its sell by date. Past its sell by date. And this idiom literally refers to food that is no longer fresh, or it's used also to describe something or even someone that is no longer relevant, effective, or useful. Okay, so we can say the old marketing strategy is definitely past its sell by date. We need fresh ideas to attract new customers. Very, very useful example. And we can also say, for example, some of the technology in the office is past its sell by date. It's slowing down our productivity. So this idiom is particularly effective for describing things that have become maybe irrelevant over time. They become irrelevant. All right, number 7. On this, on its last legs. On its last legs. On its last legs. Yeah, amazing. I love that idiom, by the way. This actually describes something that is very old or close to breaking down completely. It suggests that something is nearing the end of its useful life. You got it? So we can define it as very old or about to fail completely. For example, we can say, my old washing machine is on its last legs. It makes strange noises and barely cleans the clothes anymore. Or we can say, the bridge is on its last legs. Engineers say it needs to be replaced urgently for safety reasons. So this idiom conveys actually a sense of failure or collapse due to age of overuse. Number 8, we have leaves a bad taste in my mouth. In my mouth, yes, leave a bad taste in my mouth. This is actually doesn't literally mean the same meaning. Actually, this expression means that an experience leaves you with negative feeling or memory, often because something felt unfair or unpleasant. So we can define it that to leave an unpleasant memory or impression, often due to unfairness or unpleasantness. The unexpected hidden fears on the bell left a bad taste in my mouth, even though the meal itself was quite good. Okay, so it describes the inner feeling, bad impact. So this idiom captures the emotional impact of an experience that feels unjust or wrong. Number 9, not going on to set or not going to set the world on fire. Not going to set the world on fire. And this phrase is used to describe something or someone that's unlikely to be very successful, exciting, or impressive. We can define it as unlikely to be successful. Yeah. For example, let me just explain this, giving you a very simple example. We can say, their band is talented, but their music isn't going to set the world on fire. It sounds too much like other popular groups. So this idiom actually is subtle way to express that something is unlikely to achieve great things or leave a lasting impression. Finally, oh my goodness, we have like watching paint dry. Like watching paint dry. Like watching paint dry. So this idiom is used to describe something that is extremely boring or uninteresting. So extremely boring, something tedious, extremely boring. We can say, I love this word, tedious. So we can say the meeting felt like watching paint dry. It went on for hours, with no decisions being made. Oh my god, so it's something like watching paint dry, okay? Or we can say the baseball game was so slow and it was like watching paint dry, hardly any action at all. So this idiom is a strong and humorous way to just emphasize just how dull something is, how boring something is. All right, everybody. So here, everyone, 10 advanced English idioms to help you express disappointment with confidence. So now I encourage you to practice these idioms in comments below and use one or two of them, of these idioms, to describe something you recently found disappointing or boring, or maybe simply not your taste. Okay, it could be a movie, product, or service, or even personal experience. So I'll be reading all the comments and providing a feedback. If you found this video helpful and feel it didn't fall short of your expectations, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe the channel for more advanced English lessons. Thank you so much for your support. It helps me actually to create more and more lessons. I'll see you in another video. Bye!